Put it close enough to his face so he can examine it closely. Say, I ain't working here no more. Who do you think you are? Rip your apron off, throw it on the floor. Run to the door, to the payphone. Make a toll-free call. Tell your spouse what happened to where you are, so they can come and get you in the car later on and help you search for a new 9-to-5 job. If the unemployment line ain't that long, you can take your time filling out W-9 forms. Eventually, you get on if you try hard enough, and you get money if you keep punching your time hard enough. Maybe you hate it, maybe you love it, but if you hate it, all you gotta do is get mad and tell your boss to take the job and shove it. I ain't fucking it no more. Take the job and shove it. I ain't fucking it no more. Take the job and shove it. I ain't fucking it no more.
How you doing, guys? It's BG Dino, and I am the Terror Dome Soldier. Welcome to my movie review and show. Today's movie is going to be Scary Movie Part 6. Sorry, guys, for the late review. BG was on vacation. What can I say? But I'm going to catch up. I promise you guys. I'm going to catch you up on all the newest movies. So let's watch this trailer, and let's dig into this movie. Good seeing you guys, and I miss you guys. Let's go.
Man, you ain't Micah's. Micah's got a monkey. I got a llama. We back.
Who are you, John Wick?
Sink into the chair.
What are you waiting for? What the?
Gee, you ain't got no moves. Watch this. Oh.
Scary Movie 6 runs an hour and 36 minutes long. Let's get into it. So with Scary Movie 6, it's kind of hard to do a storyline because it's never really a storyline.
Right. He ain't lying.
But I will say this, of course, it's a parody from other movies, spoofs from different movies, and they put it all in this one. To me, I think the spoofs were the good part. It's where they tried to make the movie serious. That's why I think the movie messed up at. They was doing fine. Like if they took all these little skits, like the trailer we just showed, I don't know if you guys seen it or not, but this is a spoiler review. So that wasn't actually Michael Jackson. That was the movie called Jermaine. And they cracked on his haircut, his hairline. Then everybody been talking about. It's been in the news. Jermaine Jackson, if you're watching this, please, I'm sorry. I'm just telling you the news, man. But either way, they've been laughing about his haircut for the last 2-3 months, probably like the last year. They've been on his hair real bad. So that's pretty much what that little skit was about. So that makes it even more funnier. Because when you watch it, you're like, oh, it's Michael Jackson they cracking up. No, it's not. It's Jermaine, because if you ever heard any of Joe Jackson's interviews, he always said Jermaine was actually a better singer than Michael.
Piss off.
But he couldn't dance. That's why he never made it. Anyway, to stop getting on the serious part, I think the movie took itself too serious, and a couple of characters that they brought back, they didn't really have to.
That's it.
I don't think they should have brought back Doofy, or what's the guy name with the hand that was on part 2? I don't think they should have brought them back. It's like they tried to squeeze them in there somewhere. I didn't think they was really necessary. I think they could have kept it the way it was. It was flowing good at first, but it just started going a little weird. I think they tried to take the story too serious.
Gonna stand here and listen to this baloney.
Okay, they brought back Shorty, they brought back Ray. That's cool. They were the two people that made the movie anyway. So that was cool. They brought them back. They shouldn't have brought back Doofy, because remember in the part 1 they showed Doofy. He's supposed to be like off the Unusual Suspect. I did like the fact, like I said, I like the little skits they had. Like the part where they did the movie Substance and she came out the body and she had the Epstein files. That was funny. So I personally think if they would have took all those skits and made it kind of like a movie like, what's that movie called? Movie 47? I think it would have been alright. I think if they wouldn't have took it so serious, maybe you should have gave it a different name. They even had a little spoof from White Chicks. They had the white chick costume on, and they said, oh, something about white chicks too. You know, they already spoke on, they may make a White Chicks part 2. But as far as Scary Movie 6, like I said, I think they may have put too much into it. I think they could have just let it be simple like the first one. Part 1, it was easy because they pretty much spoofed the entire movie stream. So I guess that was easy. And Part 2 was good too, because they had a lot of movies they went off. They went off The Exorcism and a whole bunch of other stuff. And that's all I think they had to do. Pretty much go line for line off one particular movie and then add little things in it. You know, I think it was kind of like all over the place. If that ain't too bad for me to say. I think the movie was all over the place, and that's probably why the rating is so bad. So, what I'm going to say is, I think that, you know, if they just would have let the movie play out to be funny and not make it have no kind of real element to it, you know, something just completely foolishness. And I think that would have been good, because that's what people wanted. That's all people wanted. No shot at Marlon, no shot at Sean, no shot at Keenan, no shot at Damon, no shot at none of the Wayne family. I'm just saying that I think y'all skits were really good. I just think y'all did too much. I don't think y'all had to do all the stuff y'all did. And by y'all doing that, you know, it made people start looking at it serious, when they really shouldn't have been looking at it serious at all. They should be looking at it as a comedy, which it is. So, you know, I can't say I enjoyed it. It started feeling a little long, if I'm not too wrong for saying it. It started dragging a little bit, because like I said, there was no need for it to get serious. If they had kept these little skits going, the little skits was the best part of the movie. I'm just kidding. I'm not even kidding. You know, not really the serious part. The John Wick part, it was so-so. The Terrorizer part, that was funny, because that was one of his skits. The Terrorizer 3 part, you know, that everybody found disturbing from the movie, which really was disturbing, but he made it into something funny. I don't know how they got the right to do that. The little kid picking that thing up. Y'all seen the trailer. You already know what I'm talking about. I don't even know how they got passed on that one, but you know, that was funny. That was funny, the Terrorizer skit, and the way they made it. Like I said before, the skits, to me, the skits are the best part of the movie. When it started, the storyline, I didn't really appreciate it. I didn't think it was good, and I thought it dragged. But after watching it, I didn't really feel cheated or nothing. I don't feel like it's no worse than the rest of them. I will put this right behind Part 2, because Part 3, the Scary Movie, was garbage. Part 4 was garbage. Part 5 was garbage. So I will put Part 6 right behind Part 2. I'll say Part 1, Part 2, Part 6. And the other 3, I'm not even going to count them, because that was just straight garbage. But no means am I saying I can do better. I can do better. I'm just kidding, guys. But like I said, I kind of enjoyed it, but at the same time, I can't give it no high rating, because it was kind of boring. It dragged a lot, and like I said, the only thing that saved it any kind of way with me was the skits. And I keep saying it because that's the truth. And with that being said, my immediate reaction is, and my rating is going to be a 1.6 out of 5.5 Pterodon Soldiers. A 1.6 out of 5.5 Pterodon Soldiers. I recommend you watch it at home on DVD. Unless you got nothing else to do. You know, it's not the worst thing I've seen in my life. And like I said, I did have some good qualities to it. The skits, I just thought it took itself a little bit too serious, and it made it a little bit too dry, trying to explain a story that really didn't need to be explained. You know, it's a spoof movie, so no need for no story to be explained. I know you was trying to mimic off Strain Part 7 or whatever, but, you know, I don't think that was a good idea. But I'm not the movie director. I'm just giving my personal opinion about it. You guys can go see it in the theater if you like to. Is it a date night movie? I'm going to say, if there's nothing else to do. If there's nothing else to do, then yeah, go ahead. Check it out. It's not the worst thing in the world. It won't put you to sleep. You may find some things funny. And, you know, please don't get offended by the movie. You already seen the trailer, so you already know certain parts is offensive. And they do it on purpose. But the good part about this movie, they offend everybody. So it's showing that everybody are the same. You know, everybody, you can laugh at somebody else's pain, somebody can laugh at yours. And that's pretty much what I think this movie was saying. That everybody can laugh at each other's pain as long as you don't hurt anybody physically. You know, it is what it is. We have so many things going on in the world today. Sometimes just sit back and laugh. So the little skits were funny. I did think they brought back too many characters that didn't really need to be brought back, and they tried to squeeze them in there. It would have been simple just with the regular people, you know, because Doofy Doofy was like a side character, and so was the guy with the small hand on part 2. Yeah, they was a hit on part 2, but he was a hit on part 2. That's because that was that particular story. And okay, yeah, and then part 1, Doofy was, you know, mimicking Dewey from Off-Stream, you know, and that should have just been done right there. With that being said, time for my honorable mentions. Shout out to the Dante Show Network. Shout out to my buddy, June 5th. Shout out to Miss Jersey, subscribe to her channel, Forensic 8888. Shout out to my buddy, Be Humble, Be Humble's podcast. Be Humble is a veteran. He's an ex-military guy. He does a bike ride. He has a lot of funny content. He has a lot of important information for veterans also. So please check these guys out on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Thank you guys for all the support. I really appreciate you guys. I really miss you guys. Thank you guys for sticking around. You guys showed me so much love. Even when I was on my little vacation, I was looking at my numbers and people still watching my stuff. I really appreciate you guys. I cannot tell you guys how much I really care about you guys, and I really appreciate you guys. And I always promise I'm trying to give you my best content I can give you. So thank you guys once again. It's BG Dino, the Turbodome Soldier. Salute, and I'll see you in the next movie. I got a lot of movies coming back to back to catch up on my time from vacation. So stay tuned, guys, for the next movie. I can't say which one it is, but it'll be something next within the next probably day or so. So probably like the next 5 days, you probably gonna get the next 5 videos. Alright guys, thank you again. It's BG Dino. I love you. Please be safe. Thank you so much for all the support. And I'll see you in the next movie. Bye.